Chronicles of the Coast. That's our show. Here I am doing what I do, and that is regaling our tale directly to you. I'm not a bard. Not even close. Chronicles of the Coast is our weekly Dungeons and Dragons game where me and a bunch of people in a garage relive the garage days of Dungeons and Dragons. And basically I cheat all night long, and whoever passes me the most money underneath the table is who wins. So, thanks.
Under the table.
Under the table.
His wallet.
I will.
Shut up and take my money.
I will be taking donations all night long. So,
My eye.
I said, shut up. So, just a quick little recap is that I will let my players do their character perception of a recap. But for the most part, what had happened is that they finally got the opportunity to explore their new property, a place called the Roseland Theater, which I disapprovingly hear that they want to rename.
Only one does.
Whatever, I don't care. Do what you want. You don't need me. So,
I'm gonna name it maybe something blaster.
anyways, they got to explore their property, fought some specters, came across some unusual creatures called boggles that boggle the mind, and they took a rest, sleeping in their new hard-earned property. And so I shall pass it over to this person right here, right there,
I think that's me.
right
And
now. Haha.
And
Yeah.
handling.
Mr.
Mr.
Grim Timbers.
Grim Timbers.
Grim Timbers, how do you remember this?
A lot of the majority of the time was I spent talking with Fala. I hardly battled at all. We arrived at the Roseland Theater, and we started exploring it. We started checking out the ins and outs, and we met our Warforged companion and talked to him for a while. I really barely remember the combat at all. I hardly contributed, if I remember correctly. I think I shot like one magic missile, and that was about it. But yeah, we haven't even had a chance to choose rooms yet.
I did.
Oh, they totally had a chance to choose rooms.
Yeah, it's the next day, bro. Where did you sleep?
I've been examining the paperwork.
All night
Yeah, I've been in the office.
That's what they're calling it these days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so anyways, probably know our characters by now if you're watching this at all, but I am a second level divination wizard, rock gnome from Vinland, and Finn and I are buddies. We know each other from way back.
You forgot to tell me to change the name of the stream.
No, I didn't.
Well, you did, but I did. It's my fault.
I put it on there.
I know you did.
He's like, I did it, but
Okay, so
But
anyway.
it does sound
yeah, it sounds great. And anyway, so who are we going to next? Cole?
Cool. Hellboy, here. Cool. Finding it hard to make friends. But Cole warming up to this group nicely. Cole likes shiny leather and big axe. Cole had spirit vision and first rage and second rage. Pretty amazing.
Third rage for it.
No, Cole only had two. Long rest. Cole only gets two.
Very satisfying.
Cole liked chasing specters around and smashing little things, although Cole thought maybe we could save little weird goopy monsters, but they ran away and Cole had to cut one in half. Cole was sad. But yeah, we figuring out what
we do with the theater house now. That's all for both.
I'll go next. Well, we showed up at the theater house, put us a party meal with stew. And we chased the ghost. And we finally reached this ghost slayer. And then I ended up cleaning up all the mess by myself. Wait, Fallout.
Excuse you.
Paul is a true gentleman.
Fallen.
Yeah. Or rather, he's just gentle.
Say plenty, level 2 fighter. Yeah, the Spectre ghost scared the crap out of me. I screamed. We got this black oot goo to clean up all over the place. I don't want to touch it. I'm going to have Fallen, the sweetheart Fallen, do it.
Well,
So, I picked my room. I don't know about you guys. So, I got a bathtub and a fireplace. Some renovations, I do know that.
oh yeah.
So,
Hopefully. We'll
yeah,
see.
let's get started. Been waiting to play. Welcome, everybody.
Bell Gallman. How do you say welcome in Waterdeep?
Welcome.
So it's very similar to
French.
yeah, French.
Cider.
Bonjour. Bonjour.
Oh no.
I will give inspiration to anybody who sings bonjour to whoever comes to your theater house first. The-
Finn's like, I got this.
That's
No?
terrible.
My lyrics in front of me. My phone is only that.
It's not worth inspiration.
It's not worth it. I'm not
I
gonna-
inspire people here.
Get out of my stuff.
I inspire now.
Okay. With that, we're gonna jump right in to what is going on. You've all had your night in your new digs.
Okay.
You know, this is. Can I say MTV? Because I'm pretty sure that might be copyrighted. This is WTV's.
No, you, as long as you don't explain the acronym, you can say acronyms all you want.
Yeah, this is WTV's Cribs.
It'd be Monster Number.
There's no TV.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Minor illusion. Program delusion.
Fake news.
Yeah.
We digress.
The late light of winter's dawn filters through dirty glass. Your eyes adjust as you, as you let out a sneeze of protest from the night's dust-cloaked furnishings. Yet there is a respite in the air, and you follow the siren song of a crackling fire. Accordingly, you come to the common room. Before you is a table set and prepped for a meal, though the food has been interchanged with wooden replicas of breakfast fare. Before you seats Fala. Before you seats Fala, sitting, unmoving.
Is Ginkgo the first one in the room?
Is there any way I can get really actually go?
You essentially all arrive at the same time.
Okay.
We'll walk down the table, sits down, and takes a bite out of something.
And it's at this point that Fala, it's made out of wood. It's at this point that Fala actually snaps to just, oh, you're awake. I took care of this for you. I know how much sitting at a table means to you of flesh.
Wait, I'm lost here. What? This?
Walking down the stairs, like reading a book. Grim doesn't even look up. He's like, follow it. Constructed a table for us, Finn.
How about
No, the table was here, but I set it, and I made a meal.
Your food is cold and wooden.
I'm gonna walk up to Fala and put my arm around him, and I'm gonna go, honey, we can't eat the wood. We gotta have the real food. Maybe Finn can teach us some tricks on the kitchen.
The light in Fala's eyes seems to dim a little light, little darker, little low. It just shoulders slunk.
But you did a great job in replicating the things that we enjoy most in life. Thank you very much.
How long did this take? Did this take you all night, Paula?
No, just most of it.
Wait. Is this painted?
Yeah. Do you eat paint?
He used to, Paula.
Oh.
That explains it.
I apologize. I didn't know that you were on a diet.
back in
Yeah, guys, I'm just.
Is
Is
Oh.
there there's a fire in this room?
Yes.
Is there anything in the
Yeah,
fire, like
let it-
water or anything?
Just a
Nothing.
crackling fire.
Okay.
Finn, can you go get meat? I could pay.
There's food downstairs.
is the larder, is it stocked?
I don't know. Is there paint for you? I don't know. Maybe
Maybe.
you shouldn't diss the chef right before he's about to cook for you. I could serve you up a shit
I'm-
sandwich and you
I'm-
would know the difference.
Some
I'm
paint.
really sorry, Finn, okay? Can't say this.
Damn.
Yeah, get like this
Yeah.
when I miss a meal.
Boy, a Snickers.
All it
Is
took-
it not to your liking?
Hey, your fault, Paul.
I think it's cool.
I enjoy the appearance.
Mhm.
Kick the door.
We can-
Walk it through.
Let's take them for props. Good, awesome, Paula. Right? Cool.
Just gonna leave it on the table.
Keep it here.
Keep here.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sit. Everyone sit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Paula wants us to sit.
I'll sit.
Finn's already gone.
Yeah.
Having
That's
stormed off downstairs.
Screw
to get
this.
food.
Pissed off. Going to cook.
They make good food.
I'm sorry, Finn.
I didn't mean to take Finn's job.
I don't. I'm
You
pretty
didn't.
sure you didn't.
You didn't. But he could show you some things.
The
I'm
Fala,
sure.
Fala then proceeds with a wooden spoon to go through the motions of eating a meal, although it's just an empty bowl and an empty spoon, just to the face.
Like minor illusions, some nuts and bolts in there. Cool. Yeah.
What else can you do?
I can a few. There are some spells that I can cast.
Where I came from, people didn't do funny tricks like that. Not very often. Everyone was very serious that I was around.
Magic is it's you have to be careful with it, but you can still have fun with it. Sometimes, oftentimes, it's always fun. Actually, I love magic. Do you know magic?
No, but I have met many of your jungle type before.
Jungle?
Yeah.
Follow you. You know how you don't like to be called a robot?
I thought all gnomes came from the jungle.
What?
Right.
Don't you come from a jungle and you all have scholar cities, but you live in the warmer jungle climate?
No, not. I mean, not at all. Mm-mm.
Next
No.
thing you're going to tell me is that Cole is not a wise shaman.
Cole isn't. I was trying.
Oh my god. This guy's hilarious.
I'm gonna pick up a spoon and a bowl and pretend I'm eating.
Yeah.
You're funny.
Do you want some? Would you like some bolts too?
No, I'm good.
Well, at least I can fall back on knowing that Finn rides dinosaurs and has his tribal mask.
That's actually true.
Is that actually true of Finn?
Yeah, I still
Oh,
Curie.
from Chopin, yeah, you
Yeah,
still
I
he
still have
still has.
Curie
he-
from another room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
Don't
place,
forget about Curie.
Well, Grim knows that.
Yeah, I
I've
do
been to his
actually.
house.
I probably would. I do. Know, I forgot about Curie.
this place is much different than where I'm from.
What is the place that you? Where are you from?
You don't remember?
I remember. Well, I remember you saying. I remember some names, but like, where's your homeland?
Eberron.
Eberron, you said that was the. I thought that was not where you're from. That's just where everyone there is from. Like, this is Toril.
Right.
Do you have a city?
Not really.
Do you-
My kind was crafted by one of the houses who possessed dragon marks.
Fascinating. A dragon mark.
Right.
Same words.
No, they were markings part of, I don't know, the dragons who created the world know what they are.
What?
Yeah.
It's like that. That's how it is where you're from.
Aren't dragons great protectors of your world?
We don't like dragons in Waterdeep.
Dragons eat people.
Yeah, there aren't. We don't let them
stay
here.
away from them.
Dangerous.
We protect our own when dragons come around.
Maybe it is best that I just stay in the theater house. What an unusual place this is. You're also backwards and primitive.
Backwards. Have you met the Vince?
What?
There is one dragon, if you could call him that rules where I'm from, I guess. He's called the Vince.
Oh.
Mm.
I thought you said Vince.
Vince.
I was thinking that maybe you wanted me to speak to...
Guys, flying ships. Yes, Follow, you're right.
What are you talking about?
Did you tell them, Finn?
I can't hear you. Like, I'm all
Pretty
on the
far
other
away.
side of the other side of the
We're like
house.
over here somewhere. Right?
We're upstairs.
Oh shit!
A string of drool starts
We're like right up here.
slowly going down Cole's face. as
Pretty
he
sure we
starts
lost Cole.
Smelling the food in the kitchen.
Oh. Yeah, there are vents here. You could probably hear me.
Yeah, you just see how like scary it's
I do believe. I think you did mention something about airships when we talked last, right? That's how your people. That's how the Eberonians.
Oh. Well...
That's how they travel.
Eberdavians.
Eberdavians. Perfect.
Well, it depends on what kingdom that you are from. We have a few kingdoms there, but I don't recall anybody ever calling us Eberonians.
It doesn't sound right when you say it. So that's probably not right. Where do the gnomes come from?
The southern jungles.
Jungle boy.
It shocked me at first too. Sunday.
They're jungle scholars. Everybody respects them for what they know.
Jungle scholars?
Yes, they have great jungle cities. Although they're all very lighthearted and joke, just like you. Although they don't dress quite as funny.
I like my clothes. That's all.
Your hat is a little strange for the...
It's starting to stink.
You want
a
to see
little
something
bit.
cool?
Okay.
I make the runes light up in it.
Cool.
Pretty awesome, huh?
Nala Fala immediately begins trying to decipher them. And you see that Fala's eyes seem to almost glass over and focus off into mid-space. And all of a sudden it becomes unresponsive.
Curious.
Broken.
What's he doing Sunday?
What'd you do to him?
I don't know.
He's not moving. Try picking up his arm.
What is it that the runes say on your hat?
Grim doesn't know.
They're just runes. Fala takes a few moments, just unresponsive. You pick up Fala's arm, drops back down, kind of slumps to one side a little bit, but just continues to watch.
I keep them lit until Fala is satisfied, I guess. I'll tell you what.
Is he thinking?
While Fala's checking me out,
Or
I'm
is
gonna
he
check
off?
out Fala. I'm gonna make an investigation check on Fala. 12.
Looking at Fala, the Warforged construct, you see that Fala is built out of wood, metal, and stone. Fala has crystalline eyes, which tend to have sort of a subtle glow blue to them, as well as a particular rune upon their brow. Looking more closely at Fala, you kind of examine a few things here and there. Fala's right hand seems to be slightly in different build than Fala's left. Looking at Fala's left hand, you see that the palm itself is a large magnifying glass. Looking closer at Fala's face, you see that the jaw itself can move, although it doesn't lead to any sort of a digestive system. And Fala doesn't really use it much to begin with. Looking around closer at Fala's eyes, you see that they aren't necessarily... They seem to be set in the socket, whereas they do not appear to be a permanent part of the build. The wood of Fala's frame is a darker color, of a wood unknown to you.
Do I see any
Like petrified
obvious
wood.
like power source, or do I feel a heartbeat or a thrum of energy even?
You do not. None of those seem present. Although as you try to investigate such a thing, you do notice that parts of Fala appear to be compartments. And as you open up part of Fala's chest cavity, you realize that Fala is actually containing several sets of instruments. You see things from thieves' tools to scribes' tools.
I want to be very careful, like meticulous even. I don't even touch any of them really beyond opening his little compartments.
Everything there, from what you can see, a quick identification. You see calligrapher's supplies, a disguise kit, a dragon chess set, and the thieves' tools present. As well as it would appear that Fala's left hand, aside from the magnifying glass, you notice that the fingers have individual compartments of their own. They appear they have the capability of moving about as separate tiny components and tools.
Wow.
And looking at the wrist, it appears to be something there set about from... give me another investigation check for that one.
Okay. Dude,
So he's just dissecting
that's
Fala in
Merlin's
front
bag,
of us.
you know that, right?
Would you say this is
If you're
tech devices?
it is definitely some sort of tinker device,
Okay.
things that are mechanical in nature.
Imagine it's like exploding and like blowing up the
17.
house.
With the 17, from what you can tell looking at the pieces and the springs and hinges, it almost looks as if Fala's left arm behind the wrist can change its shape and reassemble itself into the form of a short crossbow.
Cool.
Newfound respect for Fala. I quickly put him back all in order if there's anything left unhinged and turn off the runes.
As you do so, Fala's eyes change back to the regular light. Just
What did
What did you just do, Grim?
hey Fala, me? I didn't do anything. I just wanted to show him something.
That
cool.
was weird.
It was neat. Yeah, it was cool. What'd you think, Fala?
your hat. Where did you get it?
Vince.
Good, Vince.
He said that
The dragon you spoke of?
right. He said I may need it on my stupid quest someday.
Ben! Save me!
Worst conversation ever.
Oh, God.
You haven't been long enough for me to prepare a meal.
I'm gonna go downstairs and try to find me some tea.
Okay, bye.
Can you move me?
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
We're in the kitchen.
I wasn't able
Can't
to
see
really
it, but we are in the kitchen.
determine much from the runes, but there's, as I said before, my main prerogative was to decipher code, and as such, seeing these things puts me in an altered state.
Is it? Do you? Are you comfortable in that state?
All I recall from that state is a translation, but I was not able to find one.
No answer. I can't either. I haven't been able to translate it. I don't know what it says.
Something about the bearer being a nobody.
So, God, I hate the fence. That sounds
Damn
right.
it, I missed it.
That sounds
Left
right,
the room
Paula.
at the
It
wrong
really
time.
does. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It seemed as if it was a kind of warning.
Maybe I might be. I could be a little harsh. I don't know. But, anyways, can I teach you the trick? How to turn it on if you ever want to look at it sometime.
Can you?
I think I might be able to. Yeah.
Okay.
You just have to think of one word when you put it on. And it's it's easy one. It's just Vinland. That's all. So, hand it to him.
Fala takes the hat, puts it on, and begins thinking the word. Did it work?
Yeah, Fala. It did.
What does it look like?
It was just like exactly when I did it.
Give me a deception check.
13.
Great.
Yeah, 13.
That's cool.
Good job.
Here,
Yeah, thanks.
you can have it back, forgotten one.
Thanks, buddy. Is that my... Great, now I have a nickname. Did you hear that, Cole?
Forgotten.
Mm-hmm.
I heard it.
What, do you have a nickname?
You find any teeth in?
Oh, he's
None that
white.
I like.
I've started
Who's
to
up
call
there
him
doing
Wise
stuff
One.
to Fall.
Wise one.
Wait a second.
Wisdom in silence.
Yeah, there's a say. We have a saying on Vinland. Better to stay. Better to shut up, than talk and remove all doubt. I think that's how it goes. Sounds right.
Sorry.
Vinland is a crappy place. Finn disagrees.
Oh my goodness.
It's after a short amount of time, finally, Finn does bring himself back up, and he has an abundant fare of food. However, the larders themselves were not stocked with very many perishables, so it's mostly a type of porridge of different
it's
grains.
not a type of porridge, because Finn did forage for food, and he stole from the warehouse. Remember?
Yes,
Ooh.
and
Yes, and.
Yeah.
It is breakfast burritos.
So it's super good porridge.
Yeah,
Breakfast burritos.
yeah, that's what it is. It's
Yeah.
breakfast burritos. He whipped up his own flour tortillas. Because he had tons of flour.
carrying a lot of eggs around in your bag.
There were some inside of that fortress we were in, right? Underneath the ground? Because I remember stealing everything I could from the food stores.
These burritos are delicious.
Thank you, Cole.
Oh God, I want another one. Oh, it's already gone.
Fala takes a
I
few.
wanted to do that to myself, but now I don't have one.
Fala reaches out and takes a few morsels and puts it through Fala's jaw, but it just kind of drops down to the plate.
Sleight of hand to steal it.
You pass.
Eat up.
3-second rule.
Eat up, I guess.
After filling your bellies and warming yourselves by the fire,
What type of tea did you find?
I don't know. What'd you find me?
How about black tea?
Sure.
Yeah. Sorry. black
Fala
orange tea.
Fala suggests,
Tea. It's fall tea.
since you have the rest of the day, maybe you could take me into town?
Well, I
been
had an
around
idea.
much.
You could help me move out of my old place and move back into here.
You want Paula to do? He's gonna do chores for you Sunday.
He's gonna help me with his big, strongly arms. Yeah.
Sunday. Doesn't it kind of seem a little odd to have like a giant
No, not really.
humanoid, like carrying something for you down the street?
I-
I mean,
No.
I think Fallen needs to be a little more
I'll get a
incognito.
carriage.
I have a disguise.
I can get a carriage, remember?
Fala reaches to the back of the chair, produces a type of a shawl cloak, puts it on over the top, and then reaches into a chest compartment and pulls out 2 magnetic eyebrows and puts them on.
Tinkling, tinkling.
And
Great.
says, "They'll never know."
Does anybody have
What?
glasses?
You got it covered.
Yes. Fala
You got
reaches
it
in and
covered.
produces a
Oh
pair
my
of glasses,
God,
but
yes.
since Fala has no ears, they just kind of like sit lopsided.
Okay.
no.
I'm asking this now. Does anybody have any extra hair we could like add like a mustache?
Yes. Fala reaches in and grabs this rat that looks like it's been dead for 2 days.
Whoa.
And just
whoa.
some
I'll stop
glue.
it. Grab his hand. No. Get rid of the rat.
Fala
You don't
throws it
need
into the fire.
There we go.
It's still alive.
That's just gross.
How does this
Gross.
disguise actually look? Like,
Ridiculous.
it looks completely unacceptable.
Crooked eyebrows.
It's clearly a technical being in a shawl.
In fact, the only way that this disguise is going to work is that people would probably feel too uncomfortable to stare.
Okay.
Right.
Is there any way we can make Fala like not so suspicious at all?
I mean, I've been in this city for a year. Do I have any reason to believe Fala will be mistreated if he just
I'm not thinking mistreated.
goes out as himself?
There are actual temples and other things around the city. Their shield guardians are not very uncommon, but they have been seen around. Fala does resemble a shield guardian, as well as other constructs that have been actually represented to the Temple of Gond recently. And you know such creatures as things called nimble rights, which are very construct in nature. Whatever it was, whatever trouble that Fala had encountered before that caused Fala to seek refuge is unclear, but for the most part, Fala actually should have no trouble walking around in broad daylight.
Do you like? Would you like to wear your eyebrows, Fala?
Can I minor allegiance?
Take those silly things off.
Fala removes the eyebrows, puts them.
We'll keep those for theater time. You can wear those on stage.
Right.
I'm down with your guys' ideas.
You don't have to come with us, Ben.
Jeez.
Little man.
Perhaps
Anyway, Sunday.
maybe you could
This will be
soften
quick.
Fala's features, make him look a little less robotic, technical in nature.
All
My
right.
apologies, Fala.
All right. Just make sure you're back by sundown, okay? I'll have dinner ready by then.
Oh, okay. Do we need to pick anything up for
Is
you?
he
while
talking to
we're
you guys?
he's talking to us. Sunday, pay
No.
attention. What?
I figured I'd just do it while I go out.
Oh, okay.
He's little. He
Sorry, I
telling me
thought
what
you
to
were
do.
going to do what Sunday said.
It's called courtesy.
Cole, you want to? Cole,
Cooking
you want to
dinner
come?
for you.
You want to come with me, or are you just gonna hang out here? This won't take long.
Oh, you want to go do some stuff too? I mean, picking up food won't be hard for me. I can just do it on the way back.
So,
I know a place that sells things. There's a general store not far from here. Sometimes I put on my disguise and then go there to buy bits of wood. Although I should let you know that the wood for the fire is not a lot of it. I had to smash one of the benches downstairs.
Okay.
Can you, Fala, please don't smash any more benches. Thank you, though.
Where'd you get the money?
I'll burn the doors.
No. Don't burn any more property.
you help?
We'll take care of the wood problem.
Not responding to me yelling at her.
Fala.
We'll take care of the wood problem, Follow. Don't break anything else. If anything, kind of, just come on. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
outside actually, while they're talking, and I think there are people out there where you can hail the carriages, right? That do that for you.
Because it is winter, carriages are few and far between, but there are carriages indeed. As well as Follow lets you know that there is a place nearby. There is a shop not far called Far and Away, and they are a general shop, and it's where I usually go to buy wood. But they sell anything and everything. There is a half orc there, and if you need anything, she can get it.
Interesting.
Well, so we're gonna need a lot of supplies soon.
I'm just moving out of that other place, guys. I'll be back in a while.
I'll come with you.
Thank you, Fala.
Do you need anything else, Sunday?
Give me a second.
Just whatever you want to get. Some tea. Some more black tea. Sugar.
Grip.
Hey,
What would they use for
Hey.
a sweetener back then? Or in those days?
So, I told you that CotC
Jerk.
Angel and Vision.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You're Radamanthar.
Right. Radamanthes.
Radamanthes. Sorry.
Cole wants to know more. Who should I talk to?
You wish to ascertain your dream, your meaning.
Yeah.
Cole, you need a priest, a church, a temple, a god, a divine being.
Do I need to go find a goat?
I don't know.
Where
Why?
we usually kill goats.
Fala says, "See, I knew he was a shaman."
Is that right? Is that is that how it is where Cole is from?
I never pay attention much, but
You're gonna need gold.
oh,
No goat. Not this time.
is this enough? 150 gold.
Yeah, it's too much.
When did you get that out of my bag? Just kidding.
Maybe, how about you give most of that to me? I'm being honest. I'll
You're
keep
gone Sunday.
most of it.
I'm
I'll
gone.
give you
Well,
enough for
Doing whatever.
the drink.
No.
Keep
I'll keep buying the things. Where do I go?
keep gold here.
No, under.
Okay. You need to go to a church, a temple.
Who believes in angel like?
Many gods. Cole, do you know of Grumsh? Grumsh is the orc god.
I don't really. They didn't really let me into things like that.
Well, speaking from somebody who kind of knows a lot of clerics, kind of look for the god who calls out to you.
What's in your heart? Magic is in mine, so
They usually call to you. There's some sort of call. Almost I'm saying. Not a feeling or
Can-
pitch you is what they usually say. When it comes to you, you know.
can I?
Right.
I will. I know how. Cole, have you ever meditated?
Not in front of
No.
Coming.
It didn't go-
this guy.
Look,
Most churches, gods, divine beings can be found inside. And if
Right.
you look inside,
This is inside.
you
Yeah.
can find them. I want to make a religion check to walk Cole through a little meditation, see if we can figure out what's in his heart.
We need to
You don't need
meditate
to talk to
together.
me to do that.
Okay, well I don't you're the dungeon master. I don't know what I have to beat a 1, so I am not good at it.
I'm just
Yeah, but what?
sitting here
I don't
watching
care about your
this.
die roll. What does this look like?
So basically, Cole, if you just and I take up the lotus
Arise.
position, I sit down, and I'm like,
Ultra mega chicken.
take a few breaths.
Looking at your hands,
Yeah.
I go sit on your lap.
Grim's like,
We're doing it right.
No. Get off me.
Okay, I stand up.
Good. That was a good first
Did
try.
anything crack?
I was told by my adult friends not to meditate.
You're
with
not
strangers.
Maybe this
Right.
probably why Cole doesn't
You're not
do this around people.
Fala hasn't left yet.
Follow left with. Sunday.
You sit over there and like this. Close your eyes. Deep breath. A few deep breaths. And just look inside. Just deep within. See what you can see. Grimlight opens one eye. It's Cole doing it. Cole, quit screwing around.
He's trying to look inside his mouth.
Yeah. So this isn't working, Finn. Do you know? Oh my god. What?
Yeah.
Do you know of what gods are associated with visions?
Visions.
This.
Lots.
This, the halo.
The halo.
Radamanthys has this.
Palor?
And wings.
Radamanthys sounds like it's a dead guardian.
He said he was my dad.
Yeah. So usually the dead watch over people, just like gods watch over people, and he's chosen somebody to look after. He's your spirit guardian. It sounds like to me,
Okay.
Seems legit.
right?
I need to know more.
Maybe does he have a? Maybe he has a message.
No more than what? Like, you want to know where he comes from or why he's there? Why did you see him in the first
Finn.
place, Cole?
Do you know your dad?
Yeah.
Cole does not know his dad.
Didn't he say? Did I hear you say that to him earlier? That like that you thought Radamanthys was not Finn?
I just said,
Yeah. Alright.
Radamanthys said, I am his son.
So maybe he is your dad.
I want to know more. That's all.
And then you got power. Well, as soon as you made that connection.
What's the question you would ask? If you could talk to him.
Radamanthys?
Yeah.
That's
Are you my dad? Is that what the first thing you said?
no. Question will come. Cole wants to speak to him again.
You're trying to figure out how to draw it out. And then obviously you need to be in danger for spirit guardian to come out, right? Sounds like to me.
Finn, are you saying that we should?
I'm not gonna just attack Cole. Jesus. Does he flinch at all?
Cole,
No, I don't think so.
Finn is saying the connection is with you.
Yeah, this isn't between you and some other god.
No
This is
church.
you and your ghost dad.
Let's go to church.
Well, okay, so if we did go to a church, there's schools of divination, that can ask the dead what they're doing here, or why they're helping you, but you need something from that person.
The Shadow Queen.
Perhaps you just take me.
Okay. You know what? Let's go to the. Let's make our way to the Temple of the Shadow Queen.
Well, take me to church.
Let's go. Let's do it. We're gonna go see the. Fala, do you want to come see the temple of the Shadow Queen?
Sunday.
Fala has gathered up their belongings and is on the way to catch up with Sunday.
Aha.
Split party.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
It'll be quick.
It always is when you split.
I'm
the
just
party.
moving up.
Oh.
Quick and dead.
I'm just moving.
Alright, what's the closest church here?
Your mom's.
Shadow Queen. We're going
God
to see the Shadow
damn,
Queen.
Sunday.
Sorry.
The Shadow.
Cold-blooded shit there.
Shadow.
Let's
Shadow.
keep walking.
I gotta.
Everybody's shitting on me today.
I gotta ask
Because I'm
there.
little, just keeps going downhill.
Who is the Shadow Queen?
Shadow Queen.
As the dungeon master to the player, who is the
the
Shadow
Raven Queen. I'm sorry.
The Raven Queen.
My bad. My bad.
He's all trying to look at the shadow. Where the heck? What are you talking about?
Shadow.
I can't find it on my phone.
Shadow's not gonna work here.
Yeah.
Now you got
So, in order to find Let's see. Let me get.
You're gonna go to the Church of the Raven Queen?
You said Shadow Queen.
No. We were talking like just church and closes.
No.
Well, first
Finn.
off, there are no churches in Waterdeep.
Temples.
And the temples, it depends on what deity you're looking for.
Alright.
There's at least a dozen different temples.
I say that
Let's look for the closest one that's got a
I
pentagram.
say the Raven Queen.
A pentagram.
Welcome to the Temple of Baphomet. How may we serve you?
They're so nice.
It's there.
That's how they
So
get you.
welcoming.
Alright.
5 stars, great service.
Alright, well, I'm afraid to walk inside
Sounds
of an
good
orc.
Yelp
one,
reviews.
Okay? Jeez. I said it. I can't dance.
Where?
I'm just kidding.
Finn has lost his mind and he needs a greater restoration to
Yes.
improve his sanity.
It was the wood
Cast-
fruit, the paint.
Casting Tasha's hideous laughter in the mirror again for practice, Finn.
Too much
Alright.
paint.
Where's this church, Grim?
The temple of the Raven Queen is just a few yonders away.
Why are you using the word
Finn?
temple? Why
That's
you got church
because that's
up?
what they
It's a
call them here.
church.
They call them
It's a church.
temples here.
It's a church, Grim.
So, what Finn is speaking of is he begins to take you hand in hand to a place where he believes you can speak with clergy.
I just
For
like
the-
grab his big little pinky finger as I walk.
Coles, maybe.
Holes, like my hand
Yeah,
is
you.
so small. Like,
Yeah. Don't ask, tell.
people just look at us while we're walking down the street like this. This little man
Twins,
is 4
man.
feet tall.
Is there a lot of
is,
snow on the
is
ground?
holding him.
Yeah,
The
good
snow's
question.
kind of been off and on. It's been a pretty dry winter, but there are snow in the embankments and kind of piled up in the alleys. Although the
Okay.
Dung Sweepers Guild are actually paid to kind of try and keep the streets clean. You make your way out into the biting cold. A wind flurry hits you right away, and you feel the shiver go up your spine as Grim Timbers begins to make his way towards the trade ward. He lets you know that your goal and destination is a place called the Plinth. It is a place where any deity who is not represented by one of the actual physical temples, you are allowed to worship at. They will accommodate any deity so long as it is not one of the more evil ones. Sorry, worshippers of Asmodeus, you gotta go somewhere else. We don't serve your con here.
Right.
However, the Raven Queen is one such deity that you can find at the Plinth, not being one of the major ones that they do appreciate in civilization.
Right.
She's an important one. She's just not in Waterdeep.
She's a little.
A little bit. And you begin making your way that way. Now, fade to black and zoom in on Sunday and Fala. The two of you are making your way over towards your upper middle class condominium apartment that you have on
Okay.
the outskirts of the castle ward.
All right.
Where are we going?
I'm just gonna go move out of my apartment that I have and move my things into the theater. And I need your strong manliness or your creative talent with your strong.
How do you keep us up the
You know, right?
Fala looks at
I know.
Bear.
It just he's big. It's big, so I think it's a guy. Just come with me. It'll be all right. We're just gonna go and move my stuff out, and then go back. We'll go back to the theater, and everything will be okay.
Okay.
It'll be all right. Quick and easy.
Can we go to the dock ward and see the circus ships?
Yeah, as soon as we get done. So the faster we take care of this, let's go.
All right. You make your way down the streets. It takes you a good hour and a half before
Are the circus ships running right now?
They're mostly just docked. They aren't
Okay.
necessarily doing anything
Okay.
because of the extreme winter that you are having. But they are there. For what reason, no one can really say. It's not that type of celebration coming up. However, there is a festival coming up called Dead Winter.
Okay.
Perhaps they would have something prepared. Nobody really knows. People can only assume. You make your way through the town. You carry a coach. After so many minutes of walking, a good hour of walking, you finally manage to find a coach going through the street and you hail it down. You
Okay.
It's another 3 copper to get to the rest of the way, and you make your way, and you proceed down the alleys and the streets through the somewhat cold open air of this carriage. By the time you finally make your way and get there, as you step off of this transport, you look up and over and you see that the place that had been your apartment appears to be having things thrown out of the windows.
No. Does anybody look like mine?
Oh, they all look like this.
Wait, is that my
Paula,
stuff?
can you?
Is that my freaking
This is
stuff?
mine. This is my stuff. I'll start trying to pick it up. I'll give the coach a gold piece and I'll tell him to wait.
The coach
Do I
stops.
know the coach at all?
The coach is actually one of these types of coaches. There are several different types of transport in Waterdeep, and this particular coach is of the style that is meant more for the common folk. And
Okay, he'll be happy with a gold piece.
here we go.
Heck yeah.
See if the
Not
camera
happy
can
with it.
see any shot of that.
Okay.
Right here. They're nearly double-decker. They're pulled by several dray horses, and they have multiple people on them at once.
Is there any right now, seeing it's freaking cold out?
There's 4 or 5. The streets are much less busy in the winter, but there are people there. Although giving the driver a gold coin, he takes the gold coin. This larger, heavy-set man who's bundled up in many furs and has maybe possibly 2 or 3 pairs of gloves on from the size of his meaty-looking hands, takes the gold coin, looks at you.
Yeah, thank you.
And
Get my stuff. I'll tell him to follow to please collect this. That's all on the street, and I'll run inside. What's going on?
the hired coach
Dude.
keeps its spot and
Okay.
waits. Now, as you go further and you take, you move over to the side of the street, gathering up your belongings, knickknacks, things that you have that are now all over on the ground, and some of it soaking up some of the snow.
That's
A
fine.
figure steps out of one of the doorways and says, "Oi! Oi, lad, come here! There she is! That's her!" Another fellow, you hear sounds of footsteps on wood rushing down the stairs. Another man steps out. One of them looks to be an loose-skinned man with light blonde hair, pale light skin. The other one is a Kalashite having a much darker complexion. They step out and look at you and say, "Oh, well, it's going to be plenty of violence in the streets today."
Man.
Oh god. Plenty.
Why?
Aye, Rocco! You hear,
Hey, Paula, you got that that metal thing on you still? Kind of under my breath towards him. His floating orb. Has he got that on him?
you want my
I need your
nightlight?
help. Yes, I want your nightlight.
Fala opens up, grabs this orb, and places it in your hand. Why do you want a nightlight?
Just wait. Stay out of the way. If
The
something
loud-
happens to me, go get help.
The loud thudding down the stairs finally reveals itself. Bending down, and an arm reaching out of the doorway, and then taking a step out is another
Just holding
figure.
the orb behind my back.
And finally steps up to full height, and in front of you, next to these 2 thugs, is a half ogre. Looking at you.
No.
Just
What do you guys want?
the first man.
I'm not getting close. I'm like taking steps, back, kind of.
Well, Miss Plenty.
Yes.
It seems that Daddy has skipped out on some payments.
Yeah, take that up with him. Not my problem.
Right, you think that maybe she's got a bad gambling problem, as I hear. Right, lost too many hands at poker there, eh, Miss Plenty? Can't make
That's
the rent.
That's all you guys got is some fake news gambling problem.
Oh my god.
I don't think
You
all
gotta
I've
do a
heard
little
you.
better than that. Come on.
Jesus.
Landlords hired us to come through here and take anything of value. You've got 3 months rent to pay up there, plenty.
Well, that's easy.
Yeah, well, fork
Yeah.
it over.
How much is it?
We're looking at 30 gold.
30 gold. Well, I'm moving out anyway. You can have your 30 gold. Dang, that hurts. Okay. Now get out of my way. Get your hands off my stuff.
They take the gold, begin opening it up, looking at it. You kind of glance one at another, counting out the coin. And then they evaluate. And they look at you, and they look at your friend. And then Rocco. What else do you got?
I got this cool orb right here. It's pretty
Not my-
shiny, isn't it?
Not my nightlight.
Turn it on.
What are you
Turn
doing?
it off.
That's mine. You
Turn
can't
it
give
off.
them my things.
I turn it off. Faster.
Right. Hand it over and we'll be on our way.
You really want this?
Yeah.
How close am I to him?
How close are you to him?
I'm trying to, I stepped back like 10 feet when I handed him the gold pieces.
Knew something was up.
You know what? Give it to us. All
Well, this
will
isn't
go
mine
away.
to give, actually. I just wanted to show it to you.
Well, what else have you got?
Oh.
You'll get nothing out
Surely
of
we
me.
need some sort of gratuity fee
You just
for
got
coming
it.
out here.
I
It's a
didn't
bit.
tell you to come out here.
I don't know if you noticed, but it's a bit cold out here, and I've got 3 mouths to feed back at my place.
Big
Oh,
man like you.
What mean you
Would
got 3
someone
mouths
cut
to
off
feed?
your nuts?
You don't have 3 mouths to feed. You live alone, Raspian. I said, shut up, you lout. Trying to shake him down for some extra coin.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Rocco was like, oh, look, extra coin.
You got all I got. That's why I was moving out. But you did it for me.
Oh, well, we'll see
So
about
there's your
that.
30 gold.
Grab him, Rocco. Rocco takes 3 steps forward. Roll for initiative.
Could have been better.
Could have been better.
Goes Sunday.
11. 11.
And on the 7th day, she took a rest.
I'm just going to take all these names off.
Oh god.
What'd you get?
Do
11.
you want a battle
11?
map?
I got one. I got one all set.
We need some epic half-over
Thugs.
battle music.
Some thugs coming after Sunday.
This is why we should have.
Fall is gonna go into like
I know,
a
you looked at us
like Sherlock Holmes like attack routine.
Right.
The half-over is an alcoholic. He has a bad liver.
Oh, we're doing Sherlock. Oh, jeez, Rick.
Time
Oh,
slows
God.
down. He meticulously counts every move.
He's missing pinkies. He's off balance.
Right.
Okay, so you get pretty much. Well, actually, I can.
Okay.
Where do you want it to happen?
We're going to be looking at
Self-report and
this area over
15 is
here.
3 or something.
No, it's a
Okay.
12 and a 9.
It was a 14 and a 5.
14 and 5.
Something like that.
I got 11.
Just write it down next time, please.
Yes, I will. It literally says you're
No,
supposed to
it was
write
my
it down.
bad. It was totally my bad. I picked them up.
You're fired.
I didn't follow the rules.
Alright.
I will allow somebody here to play
Dungeon
the
Man.
role of Fala.
I'll fucking swing some shit.
Yeah.
What is she? He, it.
God, guys.
I'm working on it.
Hey, it's not an easy thing to adjust.
Just
to.
say what's Fallah's name.
It's just
And now
follow.
there is a PH in the follow. Okay,
Oh,
where do you want us?
Over here.
They
Darn it. They can't win today.
they will be at the doors of
Is this
The pad.
The place here?
yeah.
Oh, God.
The 2 of them are flanking both sides of Rocco, and Rocco is taking steps forward, so he's 1 square ahead.
I don't know. You can't really see her through Louise' market key here. Maybe maybe.
What is that?
You put whatever.
I don't want to put Sunday. I feel like wherever I put Sunday, she might die. Sunday, where do you want to be?
Yes, something.
So's who on this map?
You got 2 thugs,
The
and
half
Rocco,
ogre.
the half ogre.
Okay.
Okay.
And 2 humans?
And that's Falla.
Oh, Fallen needs a roll for initiative.
Yeah, fall.
Yeah.
And where do you want to be Sunday?
14.
All the way down the street, like 5
Well,
blocks
that's
away.
fine right there. That's fine right there. Around the corner, so I can yell run.
Run!
Freaking run it!
All right. Fala goes first. Sensing trouble for the first time in months, Fala readies themselves for combat. Sunday, you look to your side and you notice that Fala's composition has changed. Suddenly, there's been a shift in the architecture of their body. Just the form builds up a little bit, and protective plating seems to have unfolded itself in several places.
Nice.
And the eyes on Fala, the crystalline orbs, have turned from blue to red.
Uh-oh. Tornado.
Angry Fala.
Fala looks at this and says, Fala looks at the two of them, or the three of them, and says, half ogre, challenge rating 1. 2 thugs, multi-attack. Half ogres, hit points.
Right.
And starts listing off different statistics as if things you had never heard of before. Half ogres have a
like
love of
getting
battle
the left
axes.
arm.
Possibility of throwing javelins. Retreat, unlikely.
Can I do a
Probability
light
of failure.
attack with my as a bonus action in the room?
What do you mean a light attack?
So if you have a light weapon in your offhand, you can do a bonus action attack. Is that
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'd like to do a bonus action attack and use the dog action.
Fala also as well has, it doesn't say that on the sheet, but proficiency with improvised weapons.
Okay.
So an improvised weapon can be used as any other weapon. Mostly, but what not.
Yeah. So do I just throw a dagger?
You certainly can.
I don't
Okay.
spell.
Yeah.
What did I say?
Oh, that's yeah.
Fala does have several places and apartments where a dagger can be produced.
So Fala will take a step towards Sunday, saying, "Stay with me if you want to live." And she
Behind her.
one of her fingers twists open a little bit, and a dagger flies out.
Projectile weapon. Who at? Roll d20.
The closest one to me.
Nice.
That's nice. And then Fala gets down in combat stance and takes a dodge action.
Nice. Okay. And no. Drop my stuff.
Crossbow, longsword, rapier, short swords. Oh, those are proficiencies. It just says unarmed strike. Backpack. It's a walking.
'Kay.
It's a walking tool box.
Sunday.
I'm gonna stay behind Fala. The girl should.
The two thugs approach.
P.S. Fala's level. Or at least Fala was level 1.
The first thug, please, will rush up towards Fala. The two of them will immediately flank on both sides. No, that's Rocco.
Oh, Jesus.
There you go.
There's a stand there.
Oh yeah, totally.
Rocco
Yeah,
wants
you
it.
can't
Possibly.
There's a fruit stand there. You
Yeah.
can't swing over it.
Just kidding. Just roll.
There's a fruit down there.
Just do it.
So it's a straight roll on both, right?
Frozen
Yeah,
fruit
yes
stand.
and.
It's
Yes.
He just kicks it.
One hit
Uh-oh.
and miss. The other guy hit. Yeah, they do.
I'm dodging.
No, they don't.
That's why I said straight roll.
Oh, right. Okay. I'll reset that. First one
Still
hit. Second one miss. The other one miss and miss. Only one of the attacks will connect with Nala as the two of them brandish clubs, maces, and prepare themselves to try and crack down on Fala as best as they can. The first attack swings up. Fala manages to block it with a wrist. The other one, upon recoiling, swings around, cracks down to the inside, splinters some of the wood of Fala's frame. The other one tries to brandish and go for a headshot, but Fala's arm manages to grab a twist and almost push back the person, interrupting and really setting them off balance, destroying your opportunity for that second attack. You're going to take 5 damage from that.
Tinder.
Thus brings Rocco.
Big monkey.
Rocco comes up, rushes right at Fala. With a battle axe in hand, Rog brings it up on high and tries to swing and crush down.
Whoops.
Ooh. 13. It's a miss. Bringing the battle axe up and over, trying to crash down, follows the other, having thrown the other thug to the side, brings their hand up, and with a weird sort of shift and transformation of Fallah's hand, brings it up, turns into a fork, catches the battle axe up on high, and gazes straight into the eyes of the half-ogre, who is shocked and surprised at the resistance.
Dead or alive, you're coming with me.
Yes.
That brings us back to Fallah.
What did Sunday do?
Nothing. Hid
Hid
behind you
behind.
like you asked.
Oh my god.
Hid behind you.
Disengage action, fall run. No, I'm just kidding.
Right?
Probably should.
Yeah, like totally.
Yeah.
Paula does not know how to fight. Like, what would Paula do in this
Run.
situation? She's like just
Run.
been attacked by 2 people.
Follow will take its bonus action to disengage, move here to flank, and then attack with right here.
The three of them try to take some sort of an attack on Fallah, but Fallah manages to deflect all of it with defense up. Circumnavigates around the first thug.
Oh, 1d6.
Oh, no.
But I have advantage. Thank you very much, because I'm thinking. That's not very good. Fuck! Come on now.
They might be very good.
Nine.
Yeah, that's not very good.
That's a miss. What does Fallah's miss look like?
What kind
That's
of
what
weapon
I'm worried about.
rapier sometimes? So it shoots out?
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, it's like ninja rolls away from the two and then gets behind it and then shoots out like a blade out of its arm, but it misses.
Passes right by the thug, glances against the armor, who is looking in surprise, having never seen a fighter or a construct able to do such a thing before. Sunday.
It's all up to you, Miss Sunday.
I know, right? Shit. I'm
You
gonna
have
attack
advantage
this
on
guy
the
right here. Just from me.
The one between you, Fallah?
Yes.
Go for it.
Can you use your free action to yell out for the
17 and
guards
miss.
if you're being attacked?
What?
Can you use your free action to call out for the guards because you're being attacked?
I'm thinking about that. Can I? Guards! Help!
Okay.
I got a 17 and a miss.
You have advantage.
Yeah.
So that's
He rolled twice.
I did.
Oh,
already
no, that
roll.
was-
roll 2 dice. You rolled
Okay.
16 to 1, or is that 16?
That's a 12. It's a 15.
It's a hit.
So I gotta hit them roll again.
You get two
You have
attacks,
more than
right?
one attack.
Yes. So hit. And 16, 2 hits. 5.
What's
Or
the
9.
damage?
9 points of damage.
9
I'm
damage to the
screaming
first one.
guards.
What does it look like?
Is this still alive?
I just pull them out and just going, get off of him! Guards! Screaming guards
Action surge.
at his face.
Action
Trying to stab and slash
Action
at the
surge.
face, you manage to cleave a nice red
What
gash
is that?
across the side of the cheek
Your
and
level
up
2
across the
fight
nose.
ability?
Yes. I'll use my action surge too. I gotta read that because I don't remember.
Another
It's just,
attack round.
it's just reset. You know what it is.
Oh, yes. So I'll attack
You
again.
don't get another bonus action
No.
attack, so you can just go one more attack.
One more attack.
Got this.
You
Yeah.
have advantage. Get
Yeah.
That, get that crit.
Yeah, crit.
Miss. That's a 16, but
Oh, there's
8 points of damage.
How much?
8 and 11.
Oh, where did you say?
No, I don't get a
You
second,
don't
just
get
8.
a second
I
one.
was
Yeah.
like, damn.
I like
Right?
it.
I like
I
the
want
idea.
it. Yeah.
So 11, 9, 20 total.
Another stab right at the arm.
Trying to
This
kill
time
it.
leading in a nice gash across the side. Oh, you're gonna pay for that.
No, you're
prick.
paying for it.
Oh, fuck.
The two bandits. One of the bandits circumnavigates around to the backside of Sunday. The one in the greens. That's right behind her. He makes an attack.
Can't move.
This one here?
Yep.
What's your AC?
15.
It's an attack. That's a hit. The other one would make an attempt to attack you. The other one makes an. The other one makes an attempt to attack you. You've done the most damage to him. Fall has unsuccessfully done anything. Oh.
Oh.
Okay. The two of them unleash everything that they've got on you. The two of them on both sides You can see the attack coming from behind. Goes to strike at you with the mace.
Oh my god. Like as we're walking up into the church, it's like, man.
With a whack, a mace to the back of your knee. Drops you a little bit to your down. And swings back around to strike at your ribs. The snap of bone lets you let out a sharp cry of pain as you take 12 damage.
Oh,
The one on the other side, seeing his opportunity, strikes his mace and goes right for your gut. Getting you, where is it? 3 bludgeoning damage from the gut, and then finishes it up by trying to strike straight at your face. Another 10 damage as the mace strikes across your bottom jaw, shattering teeth.
Drop to the ground.
The half ogre, seeing the opportunity, immediately turns
Goodness,
towards
yeah.
Nala. Wow. Yeah, I keep messing it up. That's how I had it written originally.
The love to no, like fucking.
It's hard time
Sunday's
seeing
not
anything
fuck-
right now, dude.
With the battle axe
This is
held
like your first day
I
as a
would
manager.
be
Don't and you just fire
an
somebody.
AD&D
What's
Oh,
happening
dead.
right now?
Yeah, like,
feel like
you
that's
gotta
a
wait,
good
it's like, sure,
Well,
but
this could be game changing right here. You do get a possible bonus action, and you do technically have a bonus action, so you
I
could
do.
have one more attack from using second action surge.
I
So
do have
it-
a second.
Take a peek.
A bonus
You
action.
get both your bonus action and your set?
Yeah, second, yeah.
We'll come back to that
like,
later.
rogue, you get that?
We're moving on.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, and. No. Yeah,
No, no,
how many
you're
times am I going to
misreading it.
screw it up tonight?
We'll talk about it. No, you're misreading it. On your turn, you take one additional action on top of your regular action, top of bonus action. So on top of the
I got you.
Fala, the half ogre, seeing the opportunity of Sunday falling and collapsing to the ground, this half ogre swings his axe with all his might straight into your abdominal cavity, dealing 32 damage
Damn.
on a critical hit to Fala.
Ooh, wait.
Oh,
Not there.
God. You're not there.
What is that?
You're not there.
My point dice.
Yeah,
Okay.
You're not there.
I see you in my mind, Fala.
Oh,
Fala
God.
collapses to the ground.
She didn't just collapse, she broke in half, dude.
Yeah.
That's 30.
That's double max.
Double her max.
Double max. So she's
She gets to die.
it's dead.
It's kill.
As soon as you come to the ground, the thugs loot Sunday of everything you own, and they loot Fala of everything on Fala's person, and they make their way out. The person, the carriage driver, seeing what had just happened, sees them and look at him with a threatening gaze before they make their way down the alley. It's now back to Grim.
Did you turn on that fighting music?
So it's a good day
We're on it.
as far as as far as everybody else is concerned.
day.
Like,
Oh,
it's a good day. Like
Absolutely.
there's nothing bad going on right now. So we're heading on our way to the
Fucking
Temple of the Raven Court.
That was awful.
So
It is.
the
Do we have some spirits in the
the,
building?
Sorry.
A wee bit.
We lost.
Paula.
oh, I'm rebuilding that
God.
song.
We can rebuild her. We have the technology. No, we don't. Because she's from fucking different goddamn planet. Oh, that was brutal. That was kind of brutal.
Yeah, wait till a friend comes to the theater.
My God,
We haven't even met a friend yet.
Anyway, so
At any rate,
none of this happened.
So we're in a district full of a bunch of people that
There,
follow other gods.
there are people and whatnot. It's not many people come out during the winter. They kind of suck at their provisions and spend most of their time indoors. But there are people, most servants and whatnot, nobles, who have to make their way out to gather up supplies as nobles like live comfort. Proceed to make your way to the the plinth. To make your way to the plinth, and it is a very large building, very large. It is 6-story, and as you make your way here, you can see that there are griffins that are taking off and landing upon the uppermost top part of it. Going through the main door, you're greeted by the smell of incense of many different kinds. There are different people in all of the places. There are alcoves which have other types of shrines dedicated to different gods and other forms of worship. For the most part, a lot of people have kind of taken notice of you. You step into the warm light of the plinth.
Just like home.
Okay, let's not take long.
take a closer around, see if I can find the Raven Queen's
It's like kiosk.
sort of section of worship. Yeah.
No, I'm just picturing like a strip mall for like gods.
I'm
Dirt mall.
kind of imagine,
Flyers.
like
Yeah.
at Saturday Market, we're going to get food and just a
Oh,
bunch of.
okay, please. Like it's an open space.
Yeah.
Google Triangle.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So-
exactly that.
There should be.
There's advertising.
I'm gonna look for a
Have you heard
Raven.
of hell? Come and join the worship of hell.
Yeah.
He's inside just like God, political.
Okay, then my friends, come and join me in worship Ukal, God of Jolt.
So halfling man's like pulling
Right.
flint and staff.
Actually, like the queen is like a. Yeah,
Yeah.
we will. We will.
And you're moving around, and
Yeah,
not,
I love that.
for the most part, people come here and have a pretty general idea of where they're going. So not a lot of people kind of bat an eye to you. An orc or half-orc, especially that matter, are not uncommon in Waterdeep. Gnomes are as common as any others. The same halflings. You have no reason to draw attention to yourselves. You're just no favorite.
Yeah, I start looking around to see if I can identify the Raven Queen's temple area.
Being one of the more larger and prominent of worshippers who worship deities who do not have a dedicated temple, it doesn't take you long to find such. You immediately see that the Raven does have a much darker corner. It is open with windows to the outside, only really open at this time of year to allow the cold winter air to move into the area. You see that people here are adorned in black robes with a silver trim, and one of the things that strikes you as kind of peculiar is that there is one particular in the corner who seems to be spinning a thread on a loom. But otherwise, it's a very dark corner. The people who sit all seem to be sobbing.
It's a very, this is a very sad goddess.
So, Radamanthus, give me enough strength not sad.
The Raven Queen
Not sad at all.
is very
More.
big mysteries told.
It's cold.
Tempest?
This is a fun place to start. Go walk up to. Go walk up to the.
Moving up to making eye contact with a person who appears to be adorned in robes, not one of the community coming in here. They stop and take a look at you.
I need to speak to someone about my dad.
If you're looking to pay respects, you've come to the right place. Here, we are able to help you with the passing of loved ones.
You're right. He's dead.
By all means, my brother, come and sit with us. We are in a moment of prayer for those who have left our material world.
That's not what he came back to me in a vision. I need to figure out why.
Well, I kind of understand you are here, my brother, but can you describe this to me? I want to help.
Okay. Can you and I go talk somewhere? Or is there a place we can sit down?
Takes you by the hand, passes your hand between you, leads you over to the side a little bit, and kind of around one of those sorts of folding walls. I forget what it's called. And a folding screen sits you back there onto a bench. It's a little slightly more secluded. The light here is dimmer than the rest of the Raven Queen's shrine. He says, "Please, let me help you. Can you tell me more?"
I look around at you halls.
Inside. I want to say outside of the that's how I think of outside.
Okay. And you are.
You want to know more?
Well, I need to know things before I know what direction to guide you on your path.
Making sure that he's alone. There's just a little. Thank you for seeing friend. My name is Colt Elrond, and I had a vision. Came to me. I knocked unconscious during battle, and my father came to me in a vision. He looked like an angel, wings and a halo. Have you heard such thing?
There are many different types of angels in great cosmos, in all of creation. You have Diva, you have Warriors of Light, you have those that born in mortal shell, known as the Hazenor. All of them may match this description to a degree.
He came to build as man. Does that tell me?
This weak creature who claims to be your father was a man once, but came to you bearing the adornment of a celestial.
In my vision, yes.
I have heard once that Diva themselves may do such things, but I find it to be much more likely that such a person. Do you know if your father may have been Aesop?
Never met one.
Such creatures. They are the celestial soul trapped in mortal shell. They have a different plight, though they are subject to the material realm as you or I, and so may fall subject to mortal sin. However, many of them are pure of spirit. I'm afraid there's not much I can do to offer an answer. If your father was Aesop, though a strong wizard might be able to do such. So you all say something to you in your vision.
I mean, that was my father, and I entered a rage. You're familiar with the term?
It's not uncommon for those glittering heritage as yourself disbloods.
Right, but as I grew up surrounded my brethren, well, they would call me that. They experienced a rage unlike this. This was not blood.
No.
It felt more of fuel to protect. I never heard of such a thing. see now. That makes sense. I believe you may be a mile at the helm. And I believe that you should seek out that falling. They do have a temple here in Waterdeep, and I don't think Raven Queen is what you seek. For you are not mourning of the passing of a soul, but more like perhaps you have a calling to protect, to defend. Do you feel the path of rightness before you? I feel as though my callings to protect those I aim to defend them. Had you discovered earlier, you might get alive as a paladin, a holy warrior around. Unorthodox may be for Aryan, but it's self-made. No assumptions, but your dress and the tutic, the pictures upon you, honor them. All children are welcome to walk the path of them. Seek them out. Thank you for your time. I'm thankful for this. The door to consoling was set in the mortal realm. This is me a fortune. I can put my life. Hope it's
As all this is going on, and outside here, the rapid clamor of hoofbeats, you gaze down the alley streets that you are upon, and you see there is a area with retinue of town guard, city guard, or escorting it, and you rapidly approach. As they do so, it comes to a sudden halt outside, and you hear men yelling and shouting, "We need a cleric! Get a cleric out now!" They rapidly rush open the doors. A man in similar robes, although that of an initiate of some steps out along in front, and they produce behind them the body of a woman with red hair, her face barely rude, and barely recognizable.
Okay. So I go right around. Hang on a second.
Hang on a second.
Yeah, so I like grab and start making over, right? How much is it for us? It's
Stone is
before here.
cleric's right there, side by side. Cleric was the first of the carriage.
Alright. Is there any kind of group or gathering around him?
The town guard, mostly. There's very few people out, but the people who are out just are cleaning up to show it as they try to bring this body into the toll.
I'm sure I see like
You get them through legs. Before you really look at that, you see that they drag a construct, cleaved nearly in half from the carriage.
my spot in this, I try to sneak through whatever kind of crowd there is there and grab the cross.
Yeah, give me that.
While he's also doing that, I use an illusion to shout, "Move!"
You manage to kind of duck, dip, and dodge between people, and you actually close enough to definitely get a look at the recently rearranged face of Sunday.
How bad did it hurt?
It's catastrophically bad.
Did you suffering or she's not?
It's like the Elmer wound, as best as you can tell. She is definitely injured.
Quickly got hands on?
The clerics have, he's there, he is doing his best he can healing, although as best he can. He's really a whole lot of initiative in the figure that you don't see holding on steps. At the same time, the more your minor illusion command to shout move hits the guard, and you see it, the people around him begin to scout and move, they begin to scatter and move away. Although the most part only a couple of them look at you. One kind of nod of appreciation, while the other kind of like, who are you?
Seeing that Finn is focused on Sunday, I rush right over to follow it.
So you begin shooting after rushing other people out of the way. The doors burst open. Lord, happening of 7 foot stand armor, thinking as you're getting that, you did the gold over to the screeching man. You look over and you see that they in a hurry, rushing people. We need a healer! Bring someone over! You see a couple of priests from all different denominations begin to rush over into the camp. Yeah, all you make your way over there, and something. Most of them kind of scared. Sunday is laid down carefully upon a red cloth, and you see that other people begin holding their hands. They're supposed to begin to flare with energy, or other side colors appropriate for the denominations as they begin to channel energy. And one of them clergymen with his hand held high, holy symbol here, places his hand upon your upper chest and says, "By light of moon!" And radiant fills your body so you're asleep. The pain grasps your body intensely. You feel that the holy energy of these clergy, these clerics, courses through you, and wounds begin to close. They do leave scars, and they leave disfigurements. Though you're full in breathing, your jaw does not sit right.
Also pops out.
Yes, as well as you do notice there are several teeth on the side of your face that are missing.
Missing teeth.
Okay.
Sunday is something we see. The three all get their time to see her castle big, whereas other people begin trying to bring this and struggling over like, you're so good, like, see if you lie, madam.
He's not. He is not Shield Guardian. No. Hold up. And I rush over.
As you,
First recognizable way here.
as you get over to
Right.
Vala,
She says that like we're already standing over it.
But us see I'm crying. Shock.
you get there just in time to see it Vala. As you're looking at it, they have Vala is still one piece, but the damage is severe. And you look down and the light has faded. The crystal remains in Vala's construct skull.
Pull out my healing potion, and I try to administer it to any base
Oh,
and
please
I
make
fly
this slide.
So I take my tools, and I hook the healing potion in, and I start working on Fall.
The guards, as you do so, trying to mend wood and stone as best as you can. With these
Glue,
tools, trying to
whatever,
tighten,
yeah.
screw, or put things back. So the guards like, what are you doing? That's Shield Guardian.
I just start gazing on it. They don't understand, Cole.
I don't understand what it looks like. We're not trying to fix things.
And like, please stop hurting. I bet I can see him make any efforts, sir.
Hey, short stack. What makes you think you are so?
You want to lose talk?
You're gonna go in the threatening officer. I would love him up.
He's trying to
Okay,
make
if
it
I
like,
down to Sunday Fighting. How much health do you actually gain from being here?
I mean, actually,
Yes, and one hit.
here you go.
What happened Sunday?
Just talking there. What was it about? What? What's the name? Who it was?
Yes, and
I don't remember recall.
oh yeah.
Okay.
can you
I'll
point
get back.
to what he is?
We can do this.
Graham, do the best that you can. Because empty that Fala is dead. That's not true. There's another people around to realize Fala was a living thing, despite the fact that Fala was not a flesh. They continue to jab and mutter small mocking words when as they watch you definitely write this together. The course you begin to look at one another in bitter confusion is try to heal. It's so
Bring me sheets if we would have to say. Because they're on a table. Is it on a table?
yes.
That I can pull out and you guys.
Can you?
No, I mean, is
There
there like this or is it
yeah, there are tables with tablecloth being on it. And maybe you'd like to do the whole picture.
I'm looking for
I'll show you what they hold.
I'm looking for the simplest cloth that I can see from one and stare in the face like trying.
You immediately just grab the 30 minutes, snatch the clip off back. No, you're so cold in a certain sensation. It does so. The you can't take a moment and shock it's going on, and you leave this clip over the top follow.
So I added up the
See that there are a couple of priests and clerics who got to you. One put a hand on your shoulder. God, it was fine. Oh, hey, we're going to do this job. The last is life. You don't have to do this.
You give me a potion. I have 100%.
Like her you over.
It does exactly that. Though the middle of the injuries come revert back to normal. The wounds to heal as it takes a little rapid killing.
I guess they keep you off.
What are you doing?
we're no longer doing it.
I kept working. Solid nonsense around me. In cold is nothing on getting me waiting for just that big guy. I do skins, and then I stand up, losing all sense of stuff for a brief moment, and pointing at everyone around laughing. And I say, "You, sirs, are with no soul. Let's get fall out of here. Get something. Let's go."
Yeah, shoulder flies for sure.
I run out of street. I was late for
We're stopped by two birds. You are carrying fallen follow with you. One appears to be dressed in an unusual garb. The whole meal that bears itself a car. Another one follows closely behind you, or behind him. She herself is dark in.
Do I see the car?
You do. The other one is dark in a circle and stars. They're an stars turning crown on crown. The other one is friend. Nice woman.
Are you sure of gone? Mister?
Indeed, yes.
This is perfect. Come on. Look at him. Look at poor fella. Bro. There's no shield. It's not right. Not for everybody.
I apologize. I'm not trying to say.
What percent fall is you? You're wrong. Look. I read the breeze of God. I'm like, eat, breathe.
Breeze off. He's looking for the far fall. It seems like with your instinct. It's that he is balancing the piece because everything that seems to indicate exactly as she already should. But then it's the hand on his brow, the back caress of the priestess. The mister comes up. I see. There's more to it than this.
You lie.
Now you can do this. She pulls reaching her pocket, pulls it, places the hand down at the father. And I close. She was her house by. Her radiant hair, all on hair flies back away, and she flows blown away the snow. Get away with water. A powerful heat rises up. The forefather brings up to her, hitting the wood and some soul falls brain as she clutches what's in her hand. Brings her hand. She opens her hand and reveals a hand gone black. Across the ground. And gaze upon her. Your gaze turn to meet the light, turning follow light. What?
Over and over and again.
Sorry.
Who did this? You follow?
Rock my head. I get it.
After the toad because you're telling me to look back at you.
Yeah, no.
Please. I'm not it! So I have to pump around as it falls up and over at the toad.
Easy.
What is your friend?
Friends. Our friends. I try to tell Cole, and they know what to say.
Yes.
Friend.
You want to?
It's a rose?
So go
Those
back.
are weeks. I am here, mister. Very on. Proud of this whole zoo. I believe I had my doubts, but it seems so adamant in your life. I ought to resist it. Then I saw it from that true image. This said me opposed myself. Now, it no so, and I thought myself, well,
I've just seen him on says where
and I thought, well, I was my own house. And I might have good on from the optimist. Cynical.
he has a as well. I think it depends.
There is much for you because there is definitely a very martial art. It was definitely. It was very good, but something that there are more and more people out of the you put fucking in and two carrots.
Yeah, I'm gonna hug 20 people.
There's no way.
They know
Supposedly had needed back there as and
This machine. Nothing more.
yes, but when people think it's a machine.
can remake this their path with the entire ground service goes back. People claim that the other people think this is a miracle con and
So Cole used to way market. Something on his life.
I mean I could
Obviously, our monster is fixed. This is a huge monster, and we'll be out of it. All of you that this year, follow command optional 4 to go walk.
okay. Stands up, walks towards you.
Again.
In rock command. All execute order 66. I like my hand.
Follow us.
So now, ladies.
What?
ass bowling is really terrible. It's huge. I think all of those running freaking out. I got me.
Just me.
Absolutely.
So we move and we
We had sent it to a friend. I just went around.
1,000 what page that is. And I coach. Let's go by this. Two of them, there's the open arrow one, so that remember, you pull, look for there's nothing higher typically free. The second arrow, being Sunday and fin along with, and all kind of control out you, just blew off and make way up in that area. Whereas leave a build in a crowd of birds and energy and commoners under what just happened.
Any of you would like to attend our next performance? It is next week at Buzzle Theater.
I do think it's running. Those are the areas.
And that's what it is.
No. Got a grand opening. Like right away. So, I asked him to describe his hammer and he's applying it.
I rebuilt. No, I heard myself old way because I was looking at myself, and then I felt no. I just felt cold. Rolled in the dark, and if it had turned to a wind person, then it was right. We felt stepped away. Pulled back as if tight by his head, and then leaned back from where I was to my form. It feels to be back, but it felt comforting moving on. It was all, but at the same time, sort of silver beacon in darkness. That what it was. Yeah. I do not know. I no longer feel that the man who meant of him.
Okay, well, enough of that for this.
I did. Never explained. No, because nice that place, the comforting silver light beam from that.
It's false.
Yeah.
I grew up around this, so I don't know what this. Well, killing is good. Dying is good.
It was so peaceful.
It's peaceful, but like, it's dying, and the only person dies. People die when
It's peaceful, but lame. Alright.
Peaceful lame.
Say, don't be lame.
No lame.
As she also you may have to get out of story and you have enough things else. So it becomes kind of heavyweight in your shoulders that quite often everything onto your heart might be on out.
Okay.
And anybody who might be living the rest of life, kind of baller, might be coming across these lost in the truth. Think that even a single gold cane is forward to themselves. You think they can put off the hot mobility.
So, we're at theater.
They drop you off, yeah, fall as you, it's just, did you, I thought you were writing something.
We go, side call. What about you here?
I'm here. I'm glad I'm not late.
How could this happen?
I'm on bed. Slippers.
Do you really wish to know us? Or will you join us?
You check your booth. And
Not every question is really hard.
Let's go.
they're like,
When had blonde hair, was very tunic and look.
so, I want to buy a piece. I'm sure I get a criminal poster. I want to show.
Can we do it here? I like Nico's now.
Yeah, of course. Absolutely. I signed everything. It's cool. Sorry.
Enjoy the neighborhood here at Mr. Tim's service by day levels sometimes speak. Oh, you tell. I'm gonna fall out makes back into the two.
Oh, do you? I think I have that one.
The two of you are with who back and think yourselves that yeah, you're actually you do need to fight so that you need first. There are tools of building wood, possible other thing you can bully water, other visions, books, and cells. You're already located shop nearby called Tan Guide, as well as you have kind of peeked just a little bit at a place called Castle Notes. Able to sell exceptions or instruments.
No, it's Angela. My friend saying.
Libraries. She's leaving.
It's very much something you're really not saying that.
Yeah,
You might have heard
the ones we need now. Go.
Go out there. The bus stays until we get this person. No, you get very soon.
I'm going to bring you're already rewarded. And if Rob one of the feels that it's bringing good fun and options to them. However, it's uncommon, but they exist in City. So I can't remember. Cool. I can't remember. No, it's his channels.
I remember going to the one debated ad we did. Particularly, we can maybe they invite you to like maybe check those hospitals side. Because kid fought. I feel like that no one think is was. Cheryl. Hey, please ignore. That's why I bought our dad. So you're always once I saw our desk. They still with it? Okay, I okay, She's
As you decide, you just follow it. Itself as guns, and then both of you can get touched.
What the heck?
you know, if you want to buy some potatoes, you can go.
Your point was you need to do the outside. You need to avenge your.
So
You're just salvaging your house. Ran out of bounds, get killed.
Well, we'll have to have a talk to you. That's
More-
fair.
Because it's like people quarry and
Okay, well, let's go back to the house. Let's back to that.
those go by the green state.
Just stick. Come on, let's go. She.
Go to that first. And then somebody's out. Choose that does not pay.
This is.
That's
Hey,
I'm not gonna listen. I get
Turn out it's
deal with it too. But that's not. We don't have to kill him. But the other day, just listen.
This is just over. Please action.
Half of it.
their eyes three rent steel.
Should we tell her? That
Say
way, but
flavor of the girls on that. She keeps telling us. I think it's better. The rest of that girls.
he's a he fly Chris.
Tell us. We send us it. They get this time. Can I? He's that. Find them. Whoever.
I had to aim this frame. They can all make it. That's a good question. Oh, I should backside all of those. Maybe say hey while we're making okay. So let us stop to
Hey, we're going. Get close to that now.
behind you. I'll use the clear.
Stop it.
we can see if you can take
Here you have a few different options you have to think, but I'll carry a silver of poison. So this two can get there you help stand nowhere in ways. You make your introspection. As usual, as heading those in the beginning and partially on front of the shop. The distribution a item for a free fever. I'll be selling. Keeping you know and over with white and gold eyes. In case you tell her king looks up and says, "Oh, can I show some? Come see more." Let's say the other king was getting look like. Remember, please, can you please come and show us? I wasn't happy to admit it is.
yes, yeah, it's been this happy cooked. But okay, hey, maybe
Shut up, yeah, that doesn't go. I must have so my pain more. More. Please just walk this here to give you needs.
who have the day?
What? Give me from Mrs. The pin pay.
That's clear.
Yeah. Just okay. That's my father's.
I
Me and people have to change. Oh, it's such a thing. So you should let them pay some more because you're more going. You have to do this.
how shall we anyway?
No, that's you. He thinks we stick with no, I don't think shut this. I need to stick with one mouth.
Limit you to the time.
Only thing is you find support goose. You know, that is should you have rumor?
It's
I can spend the time on this now and run. It's the fast. All you do kind of give the session together. We wouldn't have left yourself if you find red lips. And flower. You should I made you said I sang hello. I cannot make the hardship to because of certain people. If you want to know this from you, to my wife. And soon the feedback can be taken. This was this is time.
That's it. Open Friday.
So I sing one on with the sometimes don't you see you're on stage.
And then that's perfect. This everything is not within I have a pitching book to see who which one is the
What is
No, I think battle commands like that.
I don't lose my move. I don't see that.
okay, because you are.
And I was like, oh no.
That's real.
Oh, okay.
One is. Sorry, no. 1R?
Yeah,
Where's 1R at?
in the center.
All I remember is
So this is normal.
Two are command.
I'm military with that.
And one is here. Two is tech.
Sorry, but it's
I know that she's a bit off, but most of absolutely.
That's actually what I had.
Sure, yeah, that I know.
That's okay.
Yeah, I like that. I think you
So you're
Why don't you just stay with it? That's right.
sir, so you can be able to make your mind job. You wait for the creation helps to start the tailor. As last note, his ghost spins and a general shot that on fall away.
It don't differ. I put some note off of the next. That's right. You're hard to paint. I understand. It just go. Those people.
Exactly. And actually, potentially pay for the inner links and window they pull for inner. She's saying, over having on big, but on her frame is pretty built. I'll shoot her thick hair, wearing a full set of chain armor as it to the top of the the shot your wrist and knocking away on it.
Me, I do the best thing you do. Can you say, what do you want?
She's clear old rapper. You have sure from the old rapper. Going to have it less on. God, they took a lot of responsibility of the broken needs, all from Ferdinand. All the animals more than massive fear and
Yourself, or by yourself.
That's interesting question. I mean, silly. There are many things you try somewhere safe. More uncertain.
she lets her brain her face from all of her LBs and
You think there's always anything that you please come and stop.
I scared, but okay. If you know what you
Come on in.
the shop known as the ROA Palm Goose. You can see that the woman had intending to win and the fact that the shop here is very close to the dick. They have eating everything everything. Doesn't seem anything they would need to go to wear. In fact, in King Europe, trading so that she somehow had fruits from England and needed price. But who's there?
Well, maybe you walk the this is gross. This is for the French.
We've got into us. I think I'm going to see those those.
It is I agree, but it didn't every multiple they should keep the rock if you allow.
Go on.
I'm buying why it's 2/3 through. If I kind of start paying something that's there, then I'll send that. This is worth to go. This was
Go low cost right. Eat most of the flavor.
You're not from here. You're from? Right, you're Finland. Everywhere.
And then how should I make sure you?
20-year-old sailor position myself. Even look at jump down the 100 miles to the world. I'm fine. Oh no, it's long after earned it. I don't need some forever. Very old. So Tristan and I work with on stuff. And I heard something about killing not because I've been around South and I've had some runs. I heard you say something about Russell.
He's being
In the right direction. But the thing is, I just feel over an hour ago. No, a halfling, a half orc, and construct. Both being with here, and we didn't see. Only that most my side is. Like that? Well, I just didn't know what it is wrong.
and if it's constant tensions.
Well, I think her is neat.
Do you have any here, folks?
You got to remember that bookshop. Pass it on. Yeah, so I got a jerk on hand. Basically, I have no covers. I need it for myself everywhere. I have a shit counter. I think I know. Is there rules? Ross commander feed doesn't save one group and another could higher. It's too long. I took down to draw. He real tissue runs his rose and dogs. And alright, go for do it down there.
Wi-Fi.
Docs for you got listening out. You better hear some known in there. I don't know what it is, man. Couldn't do it there. But it's just safe that keep an ear open for what there's again.
Did you check the cards?
Joke on swipe. Close the guilds and try to sell something as on words. What did you back earlier? Oh, please.
How did I fail?
No, there's reason for the science. And it burns on far away here. Yeah.
But now you get here it is.
He's better than old source. You could have done with these people. Information. It's always a bugger. You get information, tell you back in. Let's see, you make up with you two feet out here. You can eat ass over when you know. Like, I told you, it's war gold. Say science is going bad. Well, for their writing science is going rumor.
I did play him.
What happened? Where is there? There's been no Maria. I don't know if there's some false. Never.
Exactly.
Back to like nothing instance. Or no, it's far. See something. Every anything. I need any of my hands on it.
You have much illegal. The theater's been long.
For easy to the Hagler on orphanage. Let's say they made it. I put it past this one.
Have you seen one coming?
Where there was one there? See if I can get out.
Well, there's the reason.
Oh, man. I was more now. You can find things a lot of trouble. There's and your rooms. There's point. I'm gonna have to get into this.
And Richard breaks some dirty bread. He's a Marion by 35.
Out for your back. Just stand in the gate. Anybody want to add up to this hall?
Sleep please.
Look at that game. I want you to go do it. Is it gonna be right. I'm good there. It might actually by itself.
I know that.
Yeah, it'll be an episode for a while.
Swat off.
We're in season 4 events.
Exactly.
I am just again. Sunday. Sunday. Keep saying pretty much. Excuse me.
All that.
In case it went over your head, yes, Ghost is able to get you lean food. Give it to yeah, she is not anything on Instagram. But they have her source. So it's been because watching happens, they were looking at things that from grave.
So you know, because it's like
All you know, all I is
main like
so here's Andrew is the same sheet of
I don't know.
Because they believe once you enter, you are tainted. You're more than usually more dead. I had to do no, it's not.